This presentation discusses refugees and immigrants and their journey to the United States. Race and ethnicity are not the same thing. Rather, race and ethnicity are two different characteristics. Race classifications are based on physical features such as black, white, Asian, Latino, etc., things we see. On the other hand, ethnicity is based on common culture. This could include language, arts, customs, practices, etc. Ethnicities develop over time based on historical and social experiences. Over time, different theories have been proposed. One theory is the racial formation theory, which states that race is constantly changing. A lot of these changes are linked to political and historical events. Another theory is the theory of systemic racism, which states that racism has existed since the foundation of the U.S. was made. A final theory is intersectionality, which recognizes our differences in economic class, culture, ethnicity, etc. Just like race and ethnicity are not the same, refugees and immigrants are not the same. Refugees typically enter the U.S. because they don't have a choice. They may come to the U.S. because of environmental disasters, war, political persecution, or ethnic intolerance. Immigrants typically enter the U.S. by choice. They may come to the U.S. to be with family that is already here, or they may come to work so they can have a better life. So what happens when refugees and immigrants arrive in the U.S.? When refugees and immigrants come to the U.S., they face many challenges and stresses. Language barriers, social support, financial support, and unmet expectations are some of the challenges they face. The next few slides look deeper at these challenges. Note, though, that the following slides are based on Burmese, Bhutanese, and Iraqi populations currently living in Charlottesville, Virginia. One of the many challenges these refugees faced was the language barrier. Some of the Bhutanese and Iraqis were fluent in English, however, none of the Burmese refugees knew fluent English. Some were taught English and some were not. Many were not satisfied with language education. They wanted classes to learn English and were not able. This language barrier also affected their ability to find a job, make friends, and communicate with medical professionals. Another challenge these refugees faced was social support. Many of these refugees didn't have close family nearby and wished to reunite with their family. However, there were a couple options that would help. Some of the refugees felt that the church was a way to help with stress. Many of the refugees felt that the International Rescue Committee, or IRC, offered the most support. The IRC helps refugees with employment, education, health care, and financial assistance. Another challenge these refugees faced was financial support. Many felt stressed financially because they were unable to find employment and therefore they had more challenges to afford housing and food. Another stress financially was that refugees felt their insurance should have been covered longer than 8 months, especially since many still didn't have jobs at the end of their initial 8 months of being here. So how do these refugees feel after they have been in the U.S. for a while? Are they happy? Aside from the challenges they face, many are glad they come to the U.S. Many feel that they are well received and treated equally. So how can we help? We need to practice cultural humility. We need to be open-minded and change our approach. We need to self-reflect and recognize that we each have our own histories and identity. We are not all the same. Here is a list of the sources I used.